Many men are puzzled by why some women end a good relationship, even when everything appears ideal. They often replay events to understand what went wrong. This video explores this difficult topic, offering 8 explanations for why women might damage a promising relationship, even when the connection seems strong. The goal isn't to criticize or blame women, but to understand behaviors that can confuse and upset men. By learning these reasons and staying calm, men can handle these situations without becoming overly stressed. Each point offers a fresh perspective and could prevent future emotional distress. The first reason is biological. Women have an inherent evolutionary drive to find the best possible partner for themselves and their children. Even if a woman is content in a relationship, a subconscious part of her mind constantly evaluates whether she's made the right choice. This instinct ensures she's with someone who can support, defend, and create a secure future. Think of it like having a stable job, but still looking for better opportunities. It doesn't mean you dislike your current job. You just want the best long-term outcome. In relationships, this translates into a woman's subconscious tendency to consider other options, even when things are going well. For example, if a man starts a relationship strong, appearing confident and ambitious, he might seem like the ideal partner. However, if he becomes less motivated or neglects important details, a woman might unconsciously start to distance herself, become more critical, or even show interest in others. While it might seem like she's intentionally sabotaging the relationship, she might simply be subconsciously questioning if there's a better choice available. Sometimes, without realizing it, a partner might test the relationship to see if it's the best choice for them. It's easy to feel hurt when this happens, but instead of taking it as a personal attack, understand it's a natural instinct. It's not about your value, but about her search for safety and comfort. Don't try to control her. Focus on improving yourself by working to be your best, not for her, but for yourself. You show the strength and worth she's looking for. If you're focused on your goals and growth, her doubts might fade as she sees you as a strong partner. If you see signs of testing behavior, don't assume she's being dishonest or controlling. See it as a chance to check if you've become too comfortable or stopped putting in effort. Use it as motivation to be your best. Your self-worth comes from within, not from others. The second point to consider is a tendency to thrive on tension and drama. Sometimes, without realizing it, a partner might test the relationship to see if it's the best choice for them. It's easy to feel hurt when this happens, but instead of taking it as a personal attack, understand it's a natural instinct. It's not about your value, but about her search for safety and comfort. Don't try to control her. Focus on improving yourself by working to be your best, not for her, but for yourself. You show the strength and worth she's looking for. If you're focused on your goals and growth, her doubts might fade as she sees you as a strong partner. If you see signs of testing behavior, don't assume she's being dishonest or controlling. See it as a chance to check if you've become too comfortable or stopped putting in effort. Use it as motivation to be your best. Your self-worth comes from within, not from others. The second point to consider is a tendency to thrive on tension and drama. If she makes a big deal out of something small, stay cool and show you understand how she feels. Don't get defensive. For example, if she's upset over something little, don't ignore her or fight back. Instead, listen to her. Show her you get her point of view and stay calm. This shows her you're not bothered by the drama and can be the steady person she wants. This doesn't mean you should cause problems or always fight. Ups and downs are normal in relationships, especially after the initial excitement fades. It's about finding a middle ground, being steady, but also accepting the little bumps that make things exciting. Your goal isn't to avoid all arguments, but to handle them well and with confidence. This shows real strength and makes you a good partner. I really value and believe in the idea that relationship ups and downs can make you closer, not tear you apart. When a woman knows you can handle her feelings without getting upset, it builds trust. Since a little tension can actually be good for a relationship, how do you deal with those tough emotional times? Do you stay calm and cool, or do you get annoyed and defensive? Tell me in the comments. If you think embracing the tough times makes relationships stronger, type "I embrace the storm." Let's keep learning together. Next up, why do women always want attention? Even in happy relationships, women sometimes seek approval from others. This might be posting selfies, dressing up, or even harmless flirting. It's easy to think she wants someone else, but usually it's just a need to feel appreciated and noticed. Everyone wants that little boost of confidence, especially with social media always around. For many women, getting attention from others can make them feel better about themselves, like a quick confidence boost. It's a way to check if they're attractive or worthwhile. It's not always about wanting another person, but more about feeling important. Think about being out with your girlfriend, and she's busy taking selfies or glued to her phone, looking at likes and messages. You might feel ignored and wonder why she needs that outside praise when you're right there, giving her your full attention. Or maybe she's too friendly with guys at work, making you wonder if you're good enough. These actions can be upsetting because it seems like she's looking for something outside the relationship. In times like these, staying calm and peaceful is key. Instead of getting upset by her need for attention, remember that it often comes from her own insecurities, not because she doesn't appreciate you. It shows her inner struggle to feel valued, not that you're not good enough. Don't react negatively. Focus on yourself. Do things that make you feel good about yourself and remember your own worth. By staying steady and not letting her actions control your feelings, you show real strength and confidence. This kind of calm and steady presence is appealing and comforting. Stay calm and collected when she seeks attention. It's important to value yourself, but also try to understand why she needs this attention. Has she felt ignored or unimportant recently? Think about how to make her feel more appreciated in the relationship without losing yourself. Don't become her only source of approval. That's bad for both of you. Instead, build a relationship where she feels truly valued. Give her compliments. Pay attention to small details, and be present when you're together. This might reduce her need for attention from others. By reacting with understanding and peace, instead of anger or envy, you show her your confidence. This emotional strength is attractive and makes you seem like a reliable partner who can handle tough times. Staying calm not only keeps you peaceful, but also helps the relationship feel stable. You become her support when she's insecure. Finally, understand the hypergamous instinct. This can be upsetting, especially if you think your relationship is strong. Hypergamy is a woman's natural tendency to look for the best possible partner. Someone who can offer the most resources, safety, and social standing. This isn't about shallow wants. It's about survival, a deep-seated drive that's been part of us for a long time. Over time, a woman's choices and partners are driven by a natural desire to create the best possible life for herself and her future children. Without even realizing it, she's always checking if her partner is the right fit. This doesn't mean she's looking for someone else while she's with you, but she's programmed to see if her needs are met. These needs might be money, feeling safe, or social status. Imagine you're having a hard time. Maybe you lost your job, are struggling financially, or seem less motivated than before. Even if she loves you, these changes could activate her instinct to find the best partner. She might distance herself, become more critical, or wonder about the relationship's future. It's not that her love has stopped, but her survival instincts are making her think about whether staying with you is the best choice for her future. This can be tough to accept. If you're putting all your effort into the relationship, remember that people are the way they are. As the Stoics said, accept reality. Don't wish it was different. A woman's natural desire to seek security, sometimes called hypergamy, isn't a personal attack on you. It's just her way of trying to survive. If she seems distant, picky, or unsure about the relationship, don't get upset. Getting emotional might make her think you're not a good match. Instead, show her your worth. Focus on your own goals. Focus on your own goals. Improve yourself. You're strong and a leader. Her wanting a successful partner isn't a bad thing. See it as a chance to become an even better version of yourself. Rather than a threat, it can inspire you to continue striving for excellence in your life. Focus on your career, your health, your mental strength, and your social connections. This isn't about trying to impress her or anyone else. It's about becoming the best version of yourself in doing so. You naturally align with the traits her hypergamous instincts are seeking you. Show her that she already has the highest value partner without needing to look elsewhere. Remember, a Stoic goal is not to control others, but to master oneself. By staying focused on your own growth and stability, you become a source of security that her instincts will recognize and gravitate towards. Understanding the hypergamous instinct can feel like a tough pill to swallow, especially if you've been giving everything to the relationship. But I'd love to hear what you think about this. Have you ever experienced moments where it felt like her instincts were testing your value? How did you handle it? Share your experiences in the comments. And if you agree that embracing this challenge is key to growth type, I rise to the challenge. Now, let's keep watching. Number 5, playing mind games for psychological leverage. Let's address a behavior that many men encounter, but few understand: mind games. It's one of the most frustrating aspects of dating and relationships. When she seems to manipulate your emotions, tests your boundaries, or tries to make you jealous, this behavior isn't always malicious, but it's a tactic women often use to gain psychological leverage and secure a sense of control within the relationship. Mind games are about maintaining power and influence. It's her way of ensuring that she has a certain level of control, making you feel uncertain and emotionally invested. This isn't necessarily because she wants to hurt you. It's often a subconscious strategy to keep you hooked, to test your commitment, and to gauge how much you care. By playing these games, she keeps you on your toes, ensuring that you remain emotionally engaged and attentive. Imagine she starts flirting with another guy in front of you, or she suddenly becomes distant, ignoring your texts and acting cold. You feel a wave of confusion and jealousy. You start to wonder, did I do something wrong? Is she losing interest in reality? She might be testing your reaction, trying to see if you'll chase after her or show signs of desperation. It's her way of gaining a psychological edge, keeping you off balance and making you more emotionally invested in the relationship. This is where the wisdom of Epicus comes into play. Be content to be thought foolish. In other words, don't get sucked into her games when she tries to manipulate your emotions or test your boundaries. The worst thing you can do is react impulsively or emotionally if you get caught up in her tactics. You give away your power and show her that you can be easily controlled. Instead, practice emotional detachment. This doesn't mean ignoring her or shutting down completely. It means refusing to let her actions dictate your feelings or behavior. When she flirts with someone else or starts acting distant, don't immediately jump to conclusions or chase after her for reassurance. Take a step back. Observe her behavior without judgment and maintain your inner calm by staying composed. You show her that you're not easily swayed by these games, that your sense of self-worth isn't dependent on her validation. In Stoicism, we learn to hold our frame to stay grounded and true to our values regardless of external circumstances. When she plays mind games, she's trying to pull you out of your frame to make you act out of fear or insecurity. If you react, you're giving her the leverage she's seeking. But if you remain calm, confident, and unaffected, you keep the power in your own hands. If she tries to make you jealous by mentioning other guys or flirting in front of you, respond with calm indifference. Don't let your emotions take control. Instead, smile, acknowledge her attempt, and continue being your confident self. This doesn't mean you should tolerate this disrespect, but it does mean you shouldn't react with insecurity or anger. If her behavior crosses a line, address it calmly and assertively without losing your cool. In time, she may realize that her games don't work on you, and she'll begin to respect you more for it. Your refusal to play along shifts the dynamic of the relationship. You're no longer chasing her approval or trying to win her over through reactive behavior. Instead, you're leading with calm confidence, embodying the Stoic ideal of inner tranquility and self-control. Number 6. Acting on pure emotion, not logic. One of the most perplexing reasons women sometimes sabotage good relationships is their tendency to act on pure emotion. Rather than logic, this can be deeply frustrating, especially if you're a man who tends to solve problems rationally and assumes that a stable relationship should naturally lead to stability in her feelings. However, the reality is that women are often more influenced by how they feel in the present moment than by logical reasoning or the overall trajectory of the relationship. Women's emotional responses are often intense and immediate, driven by instincts and feelings, rather than calculated decisions. While you might be focused on the logical aspects of the relationship: compatibility, shared goals, mutual respect, she's more likely to be influenced by the emotional climate. If she feels a sudden wave of doubt, insecurity, or even boredom, those emotions can override the logical reasons for staying in the relationship. This is why you might see her pull away or end things abruptly, even when everything seemed to be going well. Picture this: she's dating a guy who treats her well, is stable, supportive, and seems to check all the boxes for what she says she wants. Yet one day, she decides to leave him for someone who appears less reliable, but gives her an emotional thrill to the outside observer. This decision makes no sense. It seems irrational, but from her perspective, it's about following what she feels in the moment. The excitement or intensity she experiences with this new person temporarily outweighs the logic of being with a stable, reliable partner. As frustrating as it can be, this behavior isn't about you falling short. It's often a reflection of her own inner turmoil. The Stoic concept of apathy, freedom from being controlled by intense emotions, can offer guidance here. Epicus reminds us we are not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them. In other words, it's not her emotional whims that cause your distress, but rather how you interpret and react to them. So, how should you respond when she acts on pure emotion? The answer lies in maintaining your own emotional equilibrium. If she suddenly pulls away or starts acting erratically, don't chase after her or try to reason with her in the heat of the moment. Instead, ground yourself in your own values and purpose. Give her the space to sort through her feelings without adding pressure. This isn't about playing hard to get. It's about showing her that you're not easily swayed by her emotional ups and downs by practicing emotional ups and downs. You become a source of calm in her storm. This doesn't mean you're indifferent or that you don't care. It means you're not letting her emotional swings dictate your own emotional state. The more you can maintain this inner peace, the more she'll start to see you as a steady, reliable presence, someone who isn't easily thrown off balance over time. This kind of emotional resilience can help her feel safer and more secure in the relationship. She'll come to trust that you won't crumble under pressure or react impulsively when things get tough. Instead, you offer a grounded, stable presence that can weather her emotional fluctuations, giving her the space to sort out her feelings without fear of pushing you away. If this resonates with you, I'd love to hear your take. Have you ever found yourself caught off guard by her sudden emotional shifts? How did you handle it, and what did you learn from the experience? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're committed to being that calm, steady presence, despite the emotional storms, simply type "I am the anchor." Your perspective could help others who are navigating similar dynamics. Number 7. The illusion of unlimited options in today's digital age. The illusion of unlimited options has become a major factor in why women sometimes sabotage good relationships. The rise of social media, dating apps, and constant online connectivity has created a marketplace where it feels like there's an endless supply of potential partners. With just a swipe or a scroll through her Instagram feed, she's exposed to countless men showcasing their most attractive and exciting selves. This constant influx of attention can create a powerful illusion, the belief that there's always someone better just around the corner. This phenomenon is known as the paradox of choice. The more options she thinks she has, the harder it becomes for her to feel satisfied with what she already has. Even if she's in a solid, loving relationship, she might start to feel restless or tempted to explore what else is out there. It's not necessarily because she's unhappy or that her current partner is lacking. It's the seductive power of what could be the grass always looks greener on the other side. When you're constantly exposed to curated images and highlight reels of other people's lives, imagine you're dating someone who seems happy and fulfilled in the relationship, yet you notice that she's frequently on her phone, engaging with strangers on social media, or scrolling through dating apps. Even if it's just out of boredom, she might tell herself it's harmless. But subconsciously, she's feeding the idea that there could be someone better out there. This mindset often leads her to question that relationship, even if you're giving her everything she needs. It's the pull of the illusion. The idea that by leaving, she might find something more exciting, more perfect. The Stoics warn us about the dangers of chasing after things outside our control, especially illusions created by external influences. Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. In other words, her dissatisfaction isn't rooted in reality, but in her perception. Isn't rooted in reality, but in her perception. Her belief that something better must exist simply because she can see glimpses of it online. As a Stoic, your job is not to convince her that you're the best choice or to compete with these fleeting illusions. Instead, focus on building and maintaining your own value rooted in substance, not superficiality. The modern world thrives on the appearance of endless choices, but real, meaningful connections are rare and valuable. By staying true to your path and focusing on self-improvement, you set yourself apart from the noise and distractions over time. The constant chase for external validation and the illusion of unlimited options often leads to a sense of emptiness The excitement of new attention fades quickly, while the value of a strong, stable partnership becomes clearer. But she needs to come to this realization on her own. You can't force her to see the difference between fleeting excitement and genuine connection. As a Stoic, trust that your value will speak for itself. Continue to focus on your own growth, character, and purpose. Let her experience the highs and lows of chasing illusions while you remain steady and unaffected. Eventually, she may come to realize that what she has with you is far more meaningful than the temporary thrill of online attention. Number 8. It's not about. 8. It's not about you. It's about her future security. This final point can be the most difficult to accept. It's rarely about you as an individual. When a woman decides to stay or leave, it's often less about who you are and more about what you can offer for her future security and happiness. In her eyes, you represent a potential pathway to a stable and fulfilling future. This doesn't mean she's cold or calculating. It's rooted in a biological drive that prioritizes her long-term well-being, and survival women have an instinctive focus on securing the best possible outcome for their future. This isn't about being materialistic or shallow. It's about a subconscious assessment of what will best ensure her survival and potentially the survival of her future children if she senses that you can't meet her needs, whether those are financial, emotional, or social. She may start to pull away or even sabotage the relationship, seeking a better opportunity elsewhere. Consider a scenario where she's dating a great guy, someone who's kind, loyal, and loving. Despite this, she ends the relationship abruptly and starts dating someone with a higher income or better social connections to outsiders. This might look like she's trading love for status or resources, but in her mind she's making a decision based on what she believes will best serve her future security. Her primary concern isn't just the here and now. It's what lies ahead. Will she be well taken care of? Will she have a stable life? Will her future children be supported? The Stoic approach here is to release any attachment to specific outcomes, as hard as it may be. You must recognize that her behavior is driven by her own instincts and needs, not necessarily by a lack of love or appreciation for you. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way if her actions lead her to seek something different." Don't see it as a barrier to your happiness. See it as an opportunity for growth and self-reflection. Instead of becoming bitter or resentful, focus on building your own future security and well-being. Don't try to mold self into what you think she wants or chase after her approval. Instead, work on becoming the architect of your own life, creating a path that aligns with your true values and goals. If you find that she's starting to pull away or showing signs of doubt about the relationship, don't panic or try to convince her of your worth. Instead, take a step back and evaluate your own life. Are you on a path that brings you security and fulfillment, independent of her presence? Are you building a future that you can be proud of, whether or not she's a part of it? By answering these questions honestly and making adjustments where needed, you not only strengthen your own position, but also become more attractive to anyone who values stability and purpose. It's important to distinguish between true value and perceived value. In today's society, it's easy to get caught up in external markers of success, wealth, status, popularity, but true Stoic value comes from inner strength, resilience, and integrity. While her instincts may drive her to seek out perceived value in the form of financial stability or social status, the person who embodies true value will always stand out in the long run. This is why it's crucial to focus on developing your character and purpose when you build your life on a strong foundation of values, rather than superficial markers of success. You attract people who see and appreciate your true worth. It's not about what you can provide materially, it's about the kind of person you are and the life you're creating by becoming the architect of your own life. You shift the focus from what you can offer for her to what you can build for yourself. This mindset not only frees you from the need for external validation, but also makes you the kind of person who is truly secure, independent, and fulfilled. And ironically, it's often this kind of inner strength and self-assurance that attracts the right partner, someone who values you, not just for what you can provide, but for who you truly are. If you've made it this far, congratulations. You're already showing the kind of commitment to self-growth that will serve you well. Now that we've covered why a woman's actions are often guided by her instincts for future security rather than a lack of appreciation for you, I'd love to know your thoughts as focusing on your own values and purpose helped you navigate relationships more peacefully. Drop a comment below and share your insights. Or peacefully, drop a comment below. Simp L type. I build my own path if you're committed to becoming the architect of your life, focusing on what truly matters to you. Your story might just inspire someone else as we conclude today's in-depth look at why some women might push away a good man, even when all seems perfect. We've traveled through a landscape rich with psychological insights and Stoic wisdom. This journey isn't merely about uncomfortable truths, but about fostering a deeper understanding of the intricate dynamics that shape our relationships. By delving into these reasons, from biological drives to the quest for emotional excitement, we equip ourselves with the knowledge to navigate these complexities without losing our peace of mind. Reflecting on the lessons we've discussed today is crucial. Each point not only broadens our perspective, but also strengthens our emotional resilience. Understanding that certain behaviors are rooted in deep-seated instincts or emotional needs can transform how we approach potential conflicts, allowing us to respond with patience and insight, rather than frustration or confusion. The Stoic principles of focusing on what we can control and maintaining an inner calm are more than philosophical ideals. They are practical tools that can lead to real change in our lives and relationships. Now I invite you to share your reflections and experiences. Have you encountered similar challenges in your relationships? What strategies have you used to cope? And what insights have you gained engaging in this conversation? Isn't just about sharing stories. It's about building a community of support and understanding. If this video has resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more discussions like this. We delve into topics that not only challenge us, but also inspire us to grow and improve in all areas of life. Before you go, take a moment to check out the videos recommended on your screen. They are selected to complement what we've discussed today, offering further insights into managing relationships with wisdom and equanimity. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Your engagement and thoughtful responses truly enrich our discussions. Remember, every step towards understanding is a step towards personal growth and deeper connections. Keep striving, keep reflecting, and continue to nurture the tranquility within yourself and your relationships.